Hey folks, Twisted Christian here. Today I want to talk about Shiba Inu, and I want to bring you guys another prophetic word concerning these two price runs with Shiba Inu. Now I know that Currency 365 Johnny was talking about this, and I found the video, and so I wanted to present it to you guys. And I'm going to discuss other couple things with the pricing points, because in the video after this video is going to more than likely change your perspective on your sell limit orders and how much you actually are going to hold back before the second run. All right, now first, before I get started, folks, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just bringing and sharing information with you, right? And you don't have to follow my plan or what I am doing, because it can change, especially as more of the prophetic information comes through. So it is going to change my sell limit orders and how much I'm actually going to hold back. And I believe that I'm going to be holding back even more, but that's why it's important. And I say the more that you have, the more that you can play with. And I feel like that we are in a prophetic crunch time, and we're getting ready to experience some wealth transfers before the great wealth transfer. And that's what this channel is about. I try to bring you guys pricing points, at some type of timeline, signs when things are going to happen, right? And try to put it all together. And that's what I do. Like when we have different pricing points, whether it's from Prophet Johnny or Prophet Robin or Prophet Sharon or Prophet Solomon, you know, there's a lot of information out there. So I try to bring all that to you and try to piece it together for the benefit for everyone. And not only are we to benefit from this, but another common theme is that, but it's for us to take the wealth out of the hands of the wicked and put it into the righteous. So again, I'm not a financial advisor. You guys need to really sit down and figure out how you want to do this. I'm going to touch a little bit about that at the end of the video. And then in the next video, I'm probably going to show you more of my plan, which you do not have to follow. You know, Johnny has his plan. Other people have their plans, and you know, I'm leaning more towards what Johnny's talking about, but that's going to be up to everybody's individual situation and how much they're working with. So also too, folks, if you guys like these videos that I make, the support links are down below in the description. The PayPal, the Patreon, they're down there in the description, or you can go to the About section on YouTube, and those links are there. If you guys want to support what I try to do, which is try to bring you as much information and give you my thoughts and my opinions. Right now, one of the things that I do want to say really quick is, because people are asking me, should I sell off my Dogecoin, or should I sell off this, or sell off some other assets to buy Shiba Inu? And I do not recommend selling off other assets to buy Shiba Inu. That's why I did. And that's why I talked about trying to find funds, like for right now and for down the road. Like somebody had shared that because they watched the video, they found $100 that they didn't know that they had. Right? I'm going to do another whole video on that. But now it's going to take a few weeks for him to get it once he's put in all the paperwork. But that's money that he can count on later on, you know, to invest, right? Because there's crypto winter is coming. Folks, it's going to come, and it's going to come at a time when regulations are hitting. It's going to come at a time when they're trying to manipulate the markets on a heavy basis. That's just my opinion. Briefly, I want to mention Coinbase. I know a lot of people are concerned about Coinbase, and like I said, you always want to do your security features, right? And the reason why I presented that, folks, I get emails of people where I'll recommend, okay, well, try this platform or that platform. And to them, some of the platforms that I recommend, they can't understand it. I get people that ask for help who have never invested in cryptocurrency. They'll tell me, I like Coinbase because it's very easy, right? But so I also tell them, make sure that you set up all your security features, you know, and I recommend some of these other platforms that might be a little bit easier than some of the more advanced looking platforms, right? But once you start learning, you're going to be able to put yourself in a position to where every time you sign up for either a new platform or whatever, it'll come very easy for you, right? And don't forget, if you are on Coinbase, you want to use Coinbase Pro to set up your sell limit orders or your buy limit orders. All right, so once you log into your Coinbase, once you are in your Coinbase, then you want to also open up another tab and it's Coinbase Pro. I don't use Coinbase to actually store my cryptocurrencies, right? So I use other platforms to do that. A lot of times I'll just buy XLM or Doge, send it to the platform because the credit card fees are too much, or you can't do KYC, so you can't use a debit or credit card with some of these platforms, and you have to actually transfer it in. So I'll buy it here and then send it in. All right, so that's what I do. Other people might do it differently. And so a lot of people just find this very easy, right? And it's not like all complicated when you see it like this, but it's some platforms, it just looks like, the Matrix, and you have no idea even where to start. And that's how it was with me when I first started. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the prophetic dream. Now, this prophetic dream is 2 massive Shiba Inu spikes. And I believe this is the one that Johnny from Currency 365 was talking about. The name of the YouTube channel is Love is God 7. And his name is Q, K-U-E. So hopefully I am saying it right. If I'm not, I apologize. But I think this dream is very important, and it brings some more clarity to exactly what's going to take place. Right? So when you listen to the dream, I'm going to come back and then I'm going to discuss it because he does bring up another prophetic dream at the end, and which I'll show you. Right? And we've heard, now keep in mind, we have heard the pricing points from Prophet Johnny and Prophet Robin, right? And I believe that others have said $1, and more. Between the prophets, between the lowest and the highest, so far, between the lowest and the highest, so far, we have from 1 cent to $7. There's a lot of people that are prophesying all different types of things concerning Shiba Inu. Right? And then one last thing, though, before I do get into this, because I want to make sure that I am clear. I can't feature everybody because I don't know everybody's prophecy. I'm not able to watch every single video that comes out about to look for prophecies. I try to watch as much as Johnny from Currency 365. For a while there, I wasn't able to watch hardly any videos because many of you know, my dad was really sick for like a whole year. And it took a lot of time and a lot of effort to take care of him. And I wasn't able to catch up, and I missed out on a lot, right? Just on the prophetic and the wealth transfer and all that. Who knows what I have missed? Well, actually, I do know what I've missed because some of those things that Johnny was talking about during that time period could have generated some wealth for me. So I'm not able to always do that. And plus, if you guys, and that's why I ask, if you guys do have a video or a prophetic word that's maybe not on YouTube, if you send it to my email, make sure to tell me around the time where they give the prophecy. Because if they have a 3-hour video or a 2-hour video or a 1-hour video, and there's only one prophecy in that particular video, it's very time consuming to try to find it and then edit it, or just whatever the other issues, because not everybody is like well versed in making a YouTube channel. Folks, if I post a 15-minute video, trust me, that video was probably 25 to 27 minutes long. I have to edit out all that stuff because of my own mistakes, right? And so to go and edit out a lot of other people's mistakes or long pauses and stuff like that, that's very time consuming. There's a lot of people that just have their videos tagged prophetic dream, right? And they could be talking about something very important, but it's not marked as far as whether it has to do with Shiba Inu or any of the other prophetic investments. So hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying.
Okay guys, so last night before going to bed, I'd asked the Lord to grant me some guidance and some understanding concerning the Shiba Inu token. I've been asking the Lord for quite a few weeks now. Until last night, I had received this dream. Now, in this dream, I'd purchased some Shiba Inu tokens, and I went away from my computer screen in the dream for just a few minutes. And when I came back, this is what I saw. This exact same thing that you guys are looking at. And what you're seeing basically is the moving average for Shiba Inu. And I was witnessing, to my amazement and shock, a massive sell-off, what appeared to be some kind of a crash. And so when I came back, this was the first thing that I saw. It was zoomed up to me. And so it zoomed out like this. And as you can imagine, I was astonished. Because, I mean, look at that spike. Here, starting over here, I bought right here. So this was the normal price, which Shiba Inu is at the current rate in reality right now. I had purchased at the low price right here. And then I went away from my computer for just a few minutes. And when I came back, I was witnessing this. So what I'm going to do is to relay the dream, exactly what I saw. So I went away. Remember, I bought here, went away from my computer screen for just a few minutes. When I came back, this is what I saw. I was literally witnessing this. Oh, this one's not working. I was witnessing this. And this is the Shiba Inu moving average coming down like off of a cliff. And two things was going through my mind. Two things was going through my mind. Is Shiba Inu going to zero? And is it going to crash with all of my money? But then, I kept watching it. Before that, yeah, so out of panic, I went to try to sell my positions, but it was unresponsive. The button, when I had to press the button like about 7 times, and it went through on its own. It wasn't working that well at all. And when it finally went through, I actually ended up with the exact same amount of money that I'd invested. I didn't gain or lose anything. And that was just crazy. So I'm watching it. And I sold right down here at the exact same place that I bought in. It ended up went through. So there were like 2 people beside me in the dream, looking at the computer screen with myself. And they were like, oh, hold on. They were like, hold on. It's about to spike again. It's going back up. So I'm watching it. And this is the price. This is the Shiba Inu price. This is exactly what I saw. And then, oh, stinks that. So it was a second spike. Right? And that second spike went up so high that it went past the computer screen. Like the screen, it literally went off the charts. It went even higher. The second one was already off the charts. And you know how dreams are. You can see other snippets. Like even though it went off the computer screen, I was allowed to see how high it was. I didn't actually see any numbers. I was trying my very best to remember numbers, but I didn't retain that knowledge. And the second one was even higher than the first one. However high that one was. It dwarfed it. Because I saw that one as well. It went all the way up to God knows how high. But that was the dream basically. It was 2 spikes. And in the dream it appeared, I was watching this, like literally, it appeared like within a few minutes. Because I was witnessing this happening. I was literally witnessing it. But you guys know how dreams are. It may appear that way, but it's probably longer in real life. Who knows? You'll have to take it to the Lord and, go to the Lord in prayer and ask Him to grant you further clarification and understanding of this dream, because it's very important. I walked away from my computer screen for just like a few minutes. When I came back, I was witnessing this horrendous crash from this astronomical price move, this spike, bigger than anything that I've ever seen in the crypto markets. And I've been in the crypto markets since 2017. I've never witnessed anything like this. The other day, the closest thing that I've witnessed like this was I went into Empire token below 1 cent. And this just reminds me of that thing that happened with the Empire token spike. I got in and it was just mooning, and I was getting comfortable. I didn't put in any sell orders with Empire, and I remember I went to sleep without putting in any sell orders. That was really stupid, by the way. It was really dumb of me to do. So I went to sleep without putting any sell orders, thinking that it's just going to continue going up. And when I woke up, the thing had spiked all the way up from I think it was 5 cents or 6. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was like from 7 cents all the way up to 40 cents. And in the morning when I saw that spike, it had already came down back to the 7 cents. So it spiked all the way up to 40 cents during the night and then came back down in the morning. I was just, that was terrible. I didn't really feel good at all. I felt so stupid, because had I placed some, sell order, even though I didn't have a clue what would have occurred, I would have made thousands, at least $20,000 to $35,000 just like that. I'd missed out on that because I didn't put in, no sell orders. So I think the warning from this dream, because this is basically the exact same thing that happened, is for, everyone that's invested in Shiba Inu to know that there's going to be dramatic spikes. Massive, because I tell you that the spike went off the computer screen. It went into the stratosphere. And the second one is even bigger. They're going to be massive spikes. And you don't have to put in sell orders for all of your Shiba Inu. You don't have to do that, but at least some of it. Put in some sell orders at, pray about the price. I can't tell you what price to put it in, but just know that it's going to go extremely, extremely, extremely high. And then even higher in the second spike. And, I didn't want to release this until I'd received a confirmation, and I just so happened to find one on Twitter, which I am going to put on this video here, which is pretty similar to what I saw, what I witnessed. And God knows, I don't know what could have caused, or what will be, causing these two powerful spikes. And this is, looks like your typical pump and dump. Obviously, the reason why it came down, because this line here, this drop was vertical. There was no step formation. It was straight down. This looked like some whale dumping movement here. And it just came all the way down. And I sold out of panic, and I actually didn't, make any gains at all. And my friend said, let's watch it. And I was just watching it. And then it just took off again. And went up even higher. Yo, that was crazy. So that was my SHIB dream. I hope this give you guys some insight, and please go to the Lord, because we see in part. Each of us get just a little piece of the picture. So that is the future of SHIB. This is what's coming for SHIB, you guys. Look at that. Look how sexy these spikes are. The second one, I tell you, the second one is going to be, God knows how high that's going to be. Be ready. Set your sell orders so that you can catch some of this, because, just in case it plays out like the way I saw it, within, literally minutes, this thing played out, so that you'll catch some of this, because this looks to me like some kind of manipulation is getting ready to occur here with the Shiba Inu token, and I don't want you guys to miss out. Oh, the Lord King Yahushua bless and keep you all. Love from YBIC.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play this video from Love is God 7, and his name is Q. So make sure you guys go give a like and go follow the person, right? Go subscribe to his channel. You never know what other information that he could bring folks. And that's why I encourage people, if I show anybody, whether they're on the Patreon or here on this channel, please subscribe. Because if I'm not able to get to a video, you can message me and say, hey, this guy said something about this. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play this video, and then I'm going to come back and talk. At the end of the video, he shares what he believes was confirmation. Right, I'm gonna pull that up. These things here at the end are blocking the actual tweet, but I'm gonna share that here in just a moment. All right, so he had this dream on December the 19th. Now, of course, he could have had the dream a week or 2 weeks ago, but also too, a lot of people have been prophesying about Shiba Inu in the month of December, and of course, going all the way back to October, maybe even further. I know Prophet Johnny has had multiple dreams and visions about from a penny to $7. All right, now one of the things that he did that I encourage everybody to do, including myself, right? And some of the prophets talk about seeking God on your own, on your investments that you have. And so that's what he did. And he didn't even actually receive an answer for 2 weeks, right? So you have to be patient in all that. But I appreciate Q went out and he took the time to pray and seek God, and he got the answer, right? So it's a blessing to the wealth transfer community, and it gives people even more hope and more confirmation on what's going on. In this video, he said there were two major spikes, and that's been kind of a common theme. Prophet Solomon talked about 2 more major spikes. I'm going to go ahead and pull this picture up in my program so you guys can see it a little bit better. All right, so this is his chart. So in this chart, 2 major spikes, right? So he bought here, right? But in the dream, I believe where it started was here. And then you saw, he described it, and he was doing it with his camera. It was like it pulled out and saw the entire chart. And so it had a major spike, and then it began to come crashing down. Now he said in the dream that he had stepped away from his computer for a few minutes, and it was down at this point. Now, folks, that's happened to me in real life, where I have either bought and didn't put in a sell limit order, and then when I got off work, then the stock was back down to where I bought it from. And even in some cases, it even went back down lower. It's absolutely crazy that the way that the stock market can work sometimes. But it just takes an instant for things to change. So during this time period, he felt panicked, right? And another common theme which he talked about, he was going in to try to sell his Shiba Inu, but it wouldn't work. And by the time he was able to sell it, it was already back down to that same point. He said he had around the same amount of money that he had when he sold down at that point. And I guarantee there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be in that situation that they're not going to be able to sell. And when they do, it's going to be right back at the bottom again. If you miss this first one, right, and you see it coming down, you might as well just go ahead and hold if you didn't have any sell limit orders. Right, then after it came back down, he said in the dream it was a few minutes before Shiba Inu went and just skyrocketed again. And he said this skyrocket was bigger than the first one. So that's important too, right? And we don't know how long a few minutes in a dream could be, right? But I'm going to get into the other prophetic dream. So it took off again more than what it was before. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up his confirmation tweet. All right, so he said this is the tweet that he showed at the end of the video, and it was by WizUS Man, or WizUS Man, right? And he says here, had a dream that SHIB hit 10 cents, and then 3 hours later, after a massive sell-off, price jumped to 0.20 cents. I need this, Lord. SHIB Army, where are you all at? Are you feeling the vibes? Wow, so that's pretty powerful. These are the things, these are the pricing points, and this is why I do what I do. We heard Johnny and Robin on the whole thing with the cents on the dollar, right? So he said he saw it go up to 10 cents, then 3 hours later, it was a sell-off, and then it jumped to 20 cents. So when we look at this, and I'm just speculating because I still have to show you guys the other video. I still have to record the other video with other major pricing points. Right, so are we going to see, is this first spike going to be from 1 cent to 11 cents? right? Is that going to be the first spike? So that's why I was saying, we need to put in our sell limit orders before around that time period, right? He said he saw the guy with the tweet saw it go up to 10 cents. It crashed. Now, one thing he did say in this dream, that it was such a massive sell-off, it was almost as if a whale was selling off. And just to point out really quick, in this, I showed you guys this before in one of my videos, where transactions connect Squid Game scammers to 3 trillion Shiba Inu whale. So there is somebody out there right now that is connected to what happened with the Squid Games. If you guys don't know, you need to look it up. And this particular person has 3 trillion Shiba Inu. Now, how this person accumulated it, whether it's through hacks or whatever, that doesn't matter to me. And I say that because all the whales are going to be trying to sell off when this price goes up. Anybody that has, that has bought hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars worth of Shiba Inu, they are going to try to sell. They are going to try to take a profit because they know if they sell, they'll be able to buy back in at a lower price and wait for it to go back up. But for whatever reason, a lot of these whales are going to be stopped in their tracks. So we're going to see the downturn, and then it's going to skyrocket back up after that. So the other guy said it was about 3 hours. And the other common theme is that the sell button that he said it wasn't working, right? And by the time he was actually able to sell it off, it was already back at the bottom. So there's not going to be very much time from this height up here when it comes crashing down, right? So that's why you need to have your sell limit orders up here. And we've heard that theme with other prophets about platforms not working as crypto winter happens and Bitcoin drops. People are not going to be able to get into their platforms. They're not going to be able to log in. They're not going to be able to buy. They're not going to be able to sell. So I imagine that when this price begins to jump, everybody's going to be logging into their accounts, whether it's on their phone or on their computer. And when that sucker drops, you're probably going to even have more people trying to get in and sell. So that's why it's very important that we are prepared. And this is the reason, folks, that God has given this to us, so that we can be prepared and take advantage of these pricing points and these drops, and that we can take the wealth out of the hands of the wicked. So I appreciate both of these people posting their information, posting what God is showing them. But these do correlate. So one of the major concerns that I do have, and I pray that God gives everybody who is going to put in their sell limit orders, that they're going to have enough time to go back and buy in. Now, the prophetic dreams can be very weird, because Q said it seemed like a few minutes, but he didn't know how long. This guy posted his dream. He said it was 3 hours. Now, it could be 3 hours, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. But whatever the case is, I pray that all of us have the opportunity to buy back in. And that is the other reason why I say, how much Shiba Inu do I hold back? That's the other question. Some of you may only be working with several million Shiba Inu, or even less than that, maybe just 1 million or 500,000. So, but regardless of what happens, whether this is 3 minutes or 3 hours or 3 weeks or 3 months, if you're just holding, you're still going to be good, because in the next video, you're going to find out why. So I am going to change up and think about, before I make the next video, my plan, right? So you guys need to pray about it. And that's why I say you need to, the more Shiba Inu that you have, the more you can play around with. And that's why I put out the videos about trying to find wealth and little things that you can do to get extra money. Okay, and this is what I said in that first video, wealth transfer. What would I invest in now if I only had 100 or a few hundred or 500, in finding finances for the wealth transfer? And that's why I did that, because there are people that do have money. And I even had a person make a comment that they had $100 in the unclaimed funds. And guess what? They can use that later on. They know that it's coming, or once they get the check in the mail and they can put it in their bank, they can use the other 100 that they already have in the bank and make their purchase, right? I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just saying that some of these things are for right now, and they are for, I believe that's going to happen before crypto winter. Because once crypto markets start to take off, folks, you don't want to be investing when when a coin is up 2, 3, 4, 500%. Because when that happens, a lot of times it drops. And then you'll be bag holding, waiting through crypto winter before things take off again. So as you know, I did show you before as far as my Kucoin account. Now my Kucoin, I only use it mainly to buy ETN, right? ETN is not available anywhere else. You can't do KYC on Kucoin. So you actually have to transfer in funds from Coinbase. That's what I do. I buy in Coinbase and then I transfer it in. And that's what I've done. Just have a little bit of Shiba Inu from just some leftover USDT. So I'm going to go to the SHIB USDT. I'm not going to do very many examples right now. Just to kind of show you that when you do go to sell your Shiba Inu on any platform, right, whether it's Coinbase here, you have your buy and your sell, right? You have your limit, and that's what you're going to be setting as your limit order. So my Kucoin, I don't have very much. Probably what I'm going to do is I'm really considering only doing half of my Shiba Inu. And because I'm doing everything I can to get more Shiba Inu, it's not going to affect me very much if I'm able to make several $1 million off this first run. You understand what I'm saying? So because the second run is going to be even greater. So even if you just hold and you don't take advantage of the first run, you're still going to do very, very well. But this is a short-term investment, folks. I don't know, because of nobody knows who created Shiba Inu. For all we know, it could have been the government of China for all we know. Or maybe some type of big scammer. We don't know. So I may just do, with the pricing points that we currently have, right, in the first run, very well could just go up to 11 cents in the first run. Right, so some of you, if you have plenty of Shiba Inu, you probably have Shiba Inu all the way from 1 cent to 10 cents or 11 cents. Right? But I am going to say this, because of the Shiba Inu prophecies dealing with $1 and $7, that's pretty powerful, because if you just wait and hold, yeah, you can be very prosperous. I just don't know the length of time in between the two Shiba Inu spikes. I don't know. But I also don't want to miss out on the opportunity as well. Even if I was just to do, say, 25% of what I have here, 10 cents is approximately $23,000, right? That's probably enough just to do everything that I want to do, right? Especially investing in all the other prophetic stocks. Okay. Like I said, folks, it just really depends on what you're working with. That's why I encourage you to go out and get as much as possible. Take advantage of all the free stuff on all the different platforms. Even right now, Phemex, they do have Shiba Inu. That's the prophetic platform that I did discuss here 5 days ago. They have a lot of money that you can earn as far as contract buying. Now, you can't do contract buying with Shiba Inu here, but you can on Gate. So I want you to think about that and do the research, right? You just have to have the money when it comes to contract trading. You just have to have the money when you're ready to cash out in your contract account. And I think a lot of people may take advantage of that. I don't know too much about contract trading. I am learning, folks, it could be very huge for a lot of people, because basically it just gives you the right to reserve to be able to buy at the price where it's at now after it goes up, right? So even if it goes, so if you do a contract for the price today and then it goes up to $1, right, then you can cash out at $1, but you still have to pay for all the Shiba Inu that you bought at the price where it is at today, if you understand what I mean. Hopefully I explain it right. But also too, Phemex has the mystery box, folks. They're doing it once a day. All right, so I did today. I've got a few dollar contract bonuses that I got. I haven't got any of these other things except for the 7 days of Phemex Premium. I'm not going to claim it now, because then once you claim it, then the clock starts ticking. And once I get myself reserved and settled with all this prophecies going on and trying to get these videos out, I don't want to start using it if I'm unable to use it. So once a day, all the way through the 13th of January, you can open up all 3 boxes, right? So I did that, and I end up getting, 7 days of premium. Like I said, I've already got about $3 or $4 contract bonuses, and usually on this, there have been days where I didn't win anything at all, I did win something today, and I still haven't opened up this other box, but I did that to show you guys, just to give you an example. So that one was empty, but today I did win the 7 days of Phemex Premium. I think that's going to be pretty cool, and hopefully I'll be able to take advantage of that. So folks, that is all I have for today. Like I said, I have another video that I am doing right after this one, and it's going to be pretty powerful, and I'm going to go more over my plan for the sell limit orders. And I hope to hear from other YouTubers of what their plan is. That way we could put it all together. Right? I'm just one person, and I don't want to miss out, if you understand what I mean. There have been a lot of times I've missed out just because I've bought and held, and I could have changed my situation completely a year ago or 6 months ago. And I believe in my heart, the Shiba Inu run, I believe that God is delaying it so you can be in position. God has the right to reserve to change his mind in any situation we've seen. So I believe that, and I pray that everybody gets in a position, and then that after this first run, that God gives everybody enough time to get back in and buy. For some of you, and I guarantee folks that people that hear this and they do not act, when they see Shiba Inu spiking and they know that it's going to hit the floor again, trust me, they're going to be putting buy orders in. They will, because they're going to go in and they're going to try to get that second run. So anyways, folks, I thank you guys for listening. God bless.